John asks, when will the next Scrapyard Wars happen? Honestly, I think Scrapyard Wars is retired. I think it's old Yellard. I think it has not only stayed its full welcome. I think it overstayed its welcome. I think the last series
overstayed by one season. Yeah,
maybe even two. I think the last couple were honestly not up to the standard. And there's so many problems with continuing to do it. I mean, problem number one is that we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for ideas to continue to put a new spin on it. Problem number two is that the used market
is just ruined.
It's destroyed.
When we started Scrapyard Wars, the used market was vibrant.
You could get such amazing deals, man. Such amazing deals.
Someone literally pointed out that the graphics card that I bought in the first Scrapyard Wars, it was something like 8 years later was the same price.
Wow.
Like just what the heck?
That actually makes sense. What card was that? It was a 290.
Yeah.
How much is a holy crap. I'm doing it. How much is an R9 290 on eBay? I'm afraid. Holy crap. Hold on. We got to check if they've actually sold. We got to check if they actually sold, Luke, because the first Scrapyard Wars, we had a $300 Canadian
Imagine being able to
budget.
Buy a legit gaming computer for
we
$300.
Built an entire gaming machine, each of us, for $300. And you had a better GPU, right? You had the R9 290 and I had something lesser, but I had like a better CPU.
What we ended up figuring out was if we mashed our two computers together and actually spent, I think it was like $330 or something, it was like a really legit computer. But your GPU was a little pinner. System overall was better.
Yeah.
And my GPU was jacked, but my platform was worse.
It was terrible. Right. I remember you saying like mine was like you wouldn't even consider daily driving yours, whereas mine was like probably actually reliable.
A solid computer.
But yours just like absolutely creamed mine in terms of performance. Holy crap. This is a parts card for $93. For parts, Luke.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's only $90. As is $80.
Man, the first episode of Scrapyard Wars has over 6 million views. That's pretty solid.
That's insane. That is freaking insane. The first episode of Scrapyard Wars was in what year was it? 2015?
No.
What year was it?
Yes, it was 2015.
2015.
What? Was that late?
Yeah.
We did it from the house.
Yeah.
We were in the house in 2015?
You know, it's almost 2022, right? Just saying.
Ooh, I thought we were out of the house before 2015.
So that's problem number two with Scrapyard Wars. That we basically can't get a better deal today than we could get 7 years ago.
And then like back then when we could say like $300 budget and it was actually interesting, that was cool. But now the market's so messed up that like, what would you even say? What budget would you give?
I don't even know. Because everyone is so like attuned to the value of used hardware now that there's no such thing as getting a deal.
No.
Right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not cool. You're not going to find a cool deal. Like it's just you're just going to pay some scalper. That's almost certainly what's going to happen.
And then problem number three is that both Luke and I are so recognizable anywhere where computer hardware is involved that going incognito is basically impossible. I remember during the one with Jay and who else participated in that one? Dimitri, that's right. The one with Jay and Dimitri. I was walking down the street in like a hat and sunglasses and wearing uncharacteristic clothing. I was wearing shorts. Like I was trying to kind of go incognito. And someone just barely even looking, just out of the corner of their eye, like, hey, sup, Linus? And I'm sitting here going, why do I even bother? What is even the point of anything? Because I can't maintain a low profile anymore. And this isn't just like, oh, humble brag, Linus, oh, too famous. Because it's not even like that. If I go to a Home Depot, the odds of anyone knowing who I am is pretty low. Whereas if I show up at, a Best Buy, the odds of someone knowing who I am is pretty high. It's just a matter of like being well known within this like hyper focused vertical, and then literally no one else on the face of the earth giving any hoots whatsoever. But it does mean that while I could probably do Storage Wars or makeup makeup haul competition without it being a problem. Because one of the rules of Scrapyard Wars, and I think it's a fundamental rule, I think it's an important rule. One of the rules of Scrapyard Wars is you can't use your influence to get a deal.
Yeah.
It's become basically impossible for me to not do it, because even if I don't ask people, even people who know Scrapyard Wars, they'll be like, hey, no, you're not allowed to do this, but I could totally cut you an awesome deal. I totally want you to win. I'm like, no, stop now. I can't take it.
Yeah.
You know? And I know they mean well, and I appreciate you, fam, but, oh, man. I'm dying here.
I'm really trying to find the price that I got that $290 for, but I can't find it.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Someone in the comments said, this show is amazing. I can't believe, this is from 6 years ago, I can't believe Luke got an R9 290 for under $78 USD. But that doesn't sound right.
That's got to be right. $300 budget, Luke. We only had to do the tower that time. We didn't have to do peripherals.
Yeah.
But like case, power supply, CPU, memory, like.
Yeah. I don't know.
They were dirt cheap.
It was crazy though. It was crazy.
Those cards were dirt cheap. Nobody wanted them.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people are desperate for anything they can game on. Intel has to be the savior. I don't see any other way out.
I mean, I was literally having this conversation with someone, I think it was my brother, a couple days ago, where I went like, hopefully Intel comes in and then they just, they get more GPUs per wafer and everything's okay.
That's what we need, because we need volume.
Yes.
We don't need more like RTX 3090s.
No.
What we need is a whole bunch of like 3050 class cards.
3050, 3060.
We need an absolute flood of them so people have something to game on. And
I was talking to you about this. I think it got to be 3 days ago or something. We were playing Halo, and I was talking about how I'm like happy and also really frustrated that Halo it looks really good, but it's really hard to run on your system. And like I feel like I was asking for that for years, and we weren't getting it. And now there's this insane hardware shortage, and no one can build computers. And we get Halo, and it's really hard to run. And I'm like,
It came up because my son joined us for a Halo gaming session, it was running kind of crap on my wife's machine. I was sitting there going, well, this thing has like an RTX 2080 in it. Unfortunately, it's also running an ultra wide that's 3840 by 1600. Yeah, I figured out that problem after, because we'd already been waiting around for game patches and everyone getting into Discord, blah, blah. So I just wanted to get going. So I just kind of cranked down the details. I was like, I'll look at this later. But I didn't realize her panel was so high resolution. She's only running an RTX 2080. I know. Whoa. Okay, hold on, everyone. I know. Only RTX 2080 in a pretty privileged position here. But that game is flippin' demanding.
Yeah, and when you try to run it on that resolution, it's going to be real tough.
Yeah.
I know people with like 3090s that struggle because they have like ultra wides or whatever, and Halo just like,
I don't know, I'm running
Halo
4K.
will just take everything.
I'm running 4K on my 3090, and it's like fine.
I don't know.
I mean, it depends on what kind of FPS you're going for. Like if you're trying to hit, I'm trying to think. Like if mine's 120 hertz, 4K. That's about as bad as it gets.
What frames are you getting though?
I actually don't know. It's smooth though. It's really smooth. I don't have frame view up. We've got a couple other merch messages here. Oh, where'd the curated ones go? Whoopsie daisies. Matt M, longtime listener, first time caller, finishing up his and hers gaming setups. Any plan on doing a reviewing your setups video soon? I like your funny words, Magic Man. You know what's really funny is I've been extremely resistant to doing those videos. Jake has basically grabbed my arm, wrenched it behind my back both times to convince me to do that. It feels like cheap, unnecessary filler content, but people love it.
People love it. Yeah,
I know.
You gotta get over that a little bit.
I know. I
deeply respect the dedication to like trying to keep highbrow stuff every time. But
it doesn't have to be highbrow.
But
I like to do something new.
Sure.
I don't like to retread old territory, but it gets hard when you've done like 4,000 videos
or more.
I think it's more than that. Yeah.
I really think you guys should do and I know it's not different, and your argument is very sound, and I just don't care. You guys should do a snow-cooled computer. You guys should go out to the giant mountain of snow. You should sit someone on top of it for the intro. Be like, we're breaking records in Canada. We can shove some radiators in the snow. You should just do it. It'd be sweet.
You know I've already done it, right?
In a video?
on NCIX Tech Tips. I mean, I'm basically a walking, breathing Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
You name it.
Do it again.
You name it. I've
Do it
pretty
again.
much
Do it better.
done it. I mean, even when we try to like do it better. Okay, so here's a classic example of do the same thing but do it better. Okay, check this out. Triple projector Linus something. Okay, so 10 years ago, I did this on Linus Tech Tips. We had GTX 590.
Oh, this was actually sick.
Triple 3D vision projectors.
Yeah,
We
this
actually
was
did a
awesome.
whole event. People could come in
Yeah.
and they could try the setup.
Yeah.
And what was crazy about it was only about 2 megapixels because they were 720p. But because you would sit so far back from it, it was actually, and because it was more about the 3D depth, it didn't look that bad. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. So it was like a super ultra surround wide vision, 3D vision stereoscopic gaming setup. So I go and I try to kind of recreate that magic. 12K. We do it bigger and better than ever. This is like many times the resolution. We put it on the side of a building. Okay, we're gaming on the side of a building, Luke. No one cared about that. It was like,
Is it a title problem?
it could be. It's also a format problem. We ended up, so we talk about the original one here a little bit. We also we dork around for too much talking about quadros and stitching together the image. This is something that this is a mistake we wouldn't make today. We would jump right into
you gotta put the juice at the beginning.
Yeah, it's got to go right there.
Yeah.
But I always had this kind of, I've always had this kind of storytelling snobbery about me where I like to assume I have a captive audience. I like to assume that the viewer that starts the video is going to finish the video and that I can kind of tease them along the way and be like, and we're going to get to that later, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to save the best parts for last kind of thing. And what I've realized, talking to super smart people like Jimmy, Mr. Beast, some of the other folks in this Discord that I'm in, is you just gotta leave check that attitude at the door. You can't do it. That's just not the way that modern content works. You got to get right into it. So our current video Bible stipulates that unless you are addressing the title and thumbnail within the first 10 to 20 seconds of the video, you do not have a video. And you need to go back and you need to retool your intro so that you are addressing the title and thumbnail within 10 seconds.
It's so interesting to me because I feel like I must watch YouTube so differently to such a monstrous part of the audience because I almost never watch YouTube as my main activity.
Yeah.
If I'm watching YouTube, I'm probably doing something else, and it's probably half background noise, half video that I'm actually watching.
Right.
So the amount of times I would click off in 10 seconds into a video because I'm not interested is not common because I'm probably doing something else. But I don't know.